In Incheon, a city west of Seoul, South Korea, a 16-year-old girl with the last name Kim faced significant challenges during her upbringing. Kim's life wasn't easy. She was prone to hurting herself and was oddly drawn to dead animals. This was her silent way of asking for help. Just a quick note before we continue. Because of South Korea's privacy laws, we will be referring to the parties involved in this case only by their last names. For Kim, school was a battlefield, full of pain and secrets. During one dark period in her school life, Kim even attempted to unalive herself by hanging from a school railing, but a vigilant teacher saved her. This event marked a critical low point in Kim's life, though she didn't have any concrete plans to die, leaving her perplexed about why she had taken such a drastic step. Kim was known for sneaking cigarette breaks on the school roof. This was yet another indication that she had some tough stuff going on in her life. Things were about to get even rougher and scarier for Kim, but no one paid attention. Friends, teachers, and even her parents missed her silent cries. Her pain and troubled psyche grew in the shadows, ignored until it burst out and shattered an innocent life forever. Join us for Kim's Hidden Nightmare, a journey from bad to worse. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Vice Confidential. We are your key to the stories no one else tells. As time passed, Kim's situation became more complex. She struggled to connect with her peers in person, often appearing distant and unfriendly. However, her online persona was quite the opposite. She enthusiastically engaged in role-playing and became a vocal advocate for the LGBTQ+ community. At 15, Kim publicly embraced her queer identity online and entered into a relationship with a teenage girl with the last name Parks. Parks was 17 when they got together. Their relationship was marked by its openness and PDA they often portrayed on social sites. Kim and Park's social media accounts were more than just a platform for expressing love for each other and supporting the LGBTQ+ community. However, their Twitter accounts took a troubling turn as they began to promote violent role plays. The two created alter egos for each other and, disturbingly, endorsed abusive and submissive themes within their role plays. Despite being teenagers, the online content they ventured into was concerning territory that raised significant concerns about their nature. Their Twitter accounts featured profoundly disturbing content. They shared cartoons depicting graphic violence, including images of murdered individuals or scenes of cannibalism. In addition, they engaged in discussions that ranged from promoting misogyny to advocating for radical feminism, a movement with a deep and complex history in South Korea. Kim and Park's online activities turned dark when they began following websites on disturbing topics like mass genocide. One day, Kim's internet searches took a bizarre turn when she extensively researched her neighborhood elementary school's schedule. She went even further by closely observing the school for an entire week. Many parents noticed her presence but dismissed her as just another sibling. Then, on March 29th, a frightening message from Kim to Park left an ominous trail. She sent a picture of herself dressed in disguise, wearing a hoodie, and shared her intent to go on a hunt, ominously hinting at someone from the elementary school meeting a dire fate. Park's response, "Too bad for the little life," added to the suspense. At 12:45, Kim spotted a group of children playing near the playground. Among them was Ari, an 8-year-old girl with a routine that tugged at one's heartstrings. Whenever her father came to pick her up, she would sprint, her face lighting up like a Christmas tree, and leap into his arms in a loving embrace that symbolized her tiny world. Her friends were her afternoon delight, engaging in imaginative play that only youthful minds could conceive. But when both her parents came to get her, those days were extra special. She held tight to her mom's hand, her eyes big and bright, silently asking for one more treat. "Ice cream, please?" she'd ask in her soft, innocent voice, making it hard to say no. Most of the time, her parents couldn't resist, and her happy laughs while enjoying her ice cream win were a joy to hear. On days her parents were late, which happened a lot, Ari didn't just sit and wait. Sometimes she'd pull a book from her bag, flip through it with her little hands, and read quietly to herself, finding comfort in the sounds of the words until her parents came. Kim, who had carefully observed Ari's routine at school, knew her parents often came late to pick her up. This made Ari the perfect prey for Kim's hunt. With cunning precision, Kim removed the battery from her phone and later advised Ari to call her parents. When the call couldn't go through, she deceitfully claimed her phone was running low on battery. Kim then suggested that Ari come to her house, located across the street, to use her home phone and call her parents. In a devious turn, Kim took Ari on an elevator meant for the 15th floor, but secretly chose the 13th to dodge CCTV cameras. She tempted Ari with the opportunity to play with her cat. At 1:30 p.m., an alarming message was sent by Kim to Parks, revealing a horrifying act. She claimed to have captured and brutally killed a girl by strangling her with a charger cord. Parks' response was a haunting question. Did you check and escape the CCTV? Kim confirmed that she had indeed done so. Then, in a macabre exchange, Park inquired about the little girl's fingers. Are they pretty or not? To which Kim eerily replied, yes, they are very pretty. Kim asked Park to help with a disturbing situation, deepening their alarming secret. The nightmare deepened as they took Ari's lifeless body to the bathroom, where they committed unspeakable acts. In a horrifying sequence of events, they undressed her, mutilated her fingers and abdomen, and dismembered her remains with startling precision. Ari's severed fingers were placed into separate bags, while the rest of her body was methodically packed into 2 opaque trash bags. By 3 p.m., Kim had cleaned the bathroom and stealthily retrieved a suitcase containing Ari's remains. She made her way to the rooftop using a ladder, her heart pounding with dread. After this grim task, she returned, changed her appearance, and again slipped away, leaving a growing sense of panic in Ari's parents, who had initiated a frantic search and involved the police. In her desperate flight, Kim abandoned her home, and Parks arranged for them to take refuge in a cafe where they could blend in while consuming inexpensive chips. Kim arrived at the cafe carrying an envelope containing Ari's severed fingers. Kim spent the evening telling Parks about the crime over drinks, creating a tense mood. She went home at 9 p.m. while police questioned locals. Someone reported seeing a girl in a hoodie enter Kim's apartment floor. After an extensive search, police arrived at Kim's door at 12:30 a.m., where an informant identified her unique shoes, prompting her instant arrest. In the building, they discovered leftovers of Ari's dismembered body, yet Parks stayed hidden beyond the grasp of authorities. Kim vehemently denied involvement when confronted by the police. Still, the interrogation took a grim turn as they discovered Ari's shoes, bloodstains, and body parts carefully packed in recyclable trash bags. The evidence was irrefutable, and the truth became clear to the investigators quickly. In a shocking turn of events, Kim ultimately confessed to her heinous crime, revealing that she had been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. She explained that she experienced hallucinations and demanded special treatment due to her condition. Kim's statements fluctuated throughout the interrogation, with moments of apparent memory loss. At one point, she claimed that Ari had been a troublesome child who had bothered her cat frequently. But as the questioning continued, Kim disclosed that she had multiple personality disorders, and her evil alter ego ultimately led to the tragic demise of young Ari. Ari's family sued Kim's parents to strengthen Kim's penalty, blaming them partly even though they didn't know what she was up to. They weren't home when the crime happened, and seemed unconcerned about the terrible act. Also, they had left Kim, a teen with mental health problems, alone for half a day, despite her unstable actions. Kim tried to protect Parks from involvement, but investigators uncovered call records and disturbing text messages discussing the hunt and other ominous activities. Both were arrested on April 11, 2017. The investigation and trial spanned the next 2 months, during which they stood by each other. In a session, Park's lawyer worked to show Kim was to blame, claiming their dark online talks were just roleplay, not meant for the real world. Coming from a rich family, Park had a strong defense team. The court trial on June 23, 2017, was attended only by 15 individuals. Kim and Park were present, and the evidence, including Ari's fingers found by the police, was displayed. Kim became a pivotal part of the evidence through her testimony, shifting from sadness to an unsettling mix of aggression, irritation, and remorse. the situation changed, leading to a cycle of betrayal. Once partners, Kim and Park opposed each other, unintentionally revealing their parts in the murder. The split started when Park thought the fingers Kim gave her were fake, part of the game, but was disgusted to find out they were real, and Kim's crimes were not just fantasy. Kim became aggressive in court, accusing Park of encouraging the murder. Park insisted that she didn't think Kim would do it, blaming Kim's evil side for her passive involvement. Kim shot back, saying Park had encouraged that dark side. Kim revealed they had planned the murder 20 times, showing she was as guilty as Park. Park was jailed, but minor Kim stayed with her parents. After arrest, Kim's text showed she missed Park and blamed her actions on mental health, promising never to forget her. Park responded gently, promising flowers. Their texts, shown in court, emphasized their complicated relationship. During the trial, Kim and Park's stories changed quite often. Park had recorded talks with Kim meant for memory's sake, which the police used as strong evidence. Their trial turned from support to betrayal, and their bond was questioned publicly. Kim said Park started it all, but Park denied this, calling their interaction a simple online roleplay without feelings. Court-revealed Twitter logs showed Park didn't force Kim into murder. Kim planned and knew what she was doing. Their chats showed a shared interest in dark themes like cannibalism, pushing them towards the murder. Kim was charged as the murderer, but Park's role was upgraded from accomplice to co-murderer due to more evidence of involvement. Park's defense couldn't lessen her charges. Kim's psychiatrist, Dr. Cha, emphasized her mental health issues and violent thoughts in court, saying she had symptoms of certain disorders but no formal diagnoses, contrary to her defense's claims. Kim described the murder as a delusion from their role-playing games, doubting Park's story with sarcastic applause. But their shared chats confirmed both were involved. The prosecution concluded by highlighting the deep pain of the young victim's parents, pointing out their immense loss. In her final statement, Kim wished for death and wondered how anyone could live with the guilt of committing a murder. She got 20 years in jail, not life, because she was a minor, and her insanity claim was denied. Park initially got life, but it was cut to 13 years. Location devices will track both for 30 years after release. This story teaches us that a person's sexuality doesn't define their capacity for violence. Rather, the unaddressed secrets and traumas they carry forge a path to such darkness. It's a cautionary tale about the perils of unsupervised internet use, where young minds can stumble upon violent content, harmful influences, and extreme ideologies. These girls were failed by the very adults who should have guided them, with careless parents who provided no compass for morality or empathy. Without guidance or healthy outlets for the pain, their inner monsters were nurtured and unleashed in this void. We must actively engage with and support our youth, providing safe spaces for them to share their struggles and guide them through the chaos of the digital world, lest we allow another tragedy to unfold. In a world where online and real-life boundaries blend, stories like these remind us we all have a role to play. Vice Confidential explores these essential narratives, illuminating the dark side of human nature. But knowing is just the first step. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay informed with more stories like this. See you on the other side.